Well, we've got breaking news first. A lot of people on the Gulf Coast asking, what was that? They felt something like an earthquake earlier this afternoon.
Yeah, just take a look at all the locations from which people were calling Fox 10 News all afternoon long about a boom, which they heard and felt. Apparently, it wasn't an earthquake, but probably a sonic boom. And
even if it showed up, we saw it on our weather radar. Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith standing by now to talk more about that and explain it and how it has to do with the weather. Jason?
Well, let's take a look at it, Lenise, Byron. As we're looking at radar here, we see what appears to be some chaff out over the Gulf. When you look at it, we have precipitation, or what appears to be precipitation, reflectivity areas over the Gulf, but it's not matching up with clouds. Likely to be some chaff, so that could be associated with military operations. That could have had something to do with the fact that we had that sonic boom this afternoon. If we look at it and we loop the radar over the last couple of hours, right around 2:30, 3 p.m., that's when we saw those high reflectivity patterns over the Gulf that didn't match up with clouds. So possibly the sonic boom related to something that had to do with military operations or aircraft over the Gulf. We know it wasn't an earthquake because as we look at the seismic activity across the United States, you can see up into Kansas and Oklahoma, that's the closest seismic activity, way too far away to feel anything, and some activity in the western United States, but most likely something broke the sound barrier over the Gulf of Mexico, and we don't know exactly what that is, but we can take our best guess. In the meantime, how about our temperatures? This morning at 31 degrees in Mobile, 35 at Brookley Field, 35 in Pensacola. Looks like it'll be another cold one when you step out the door tomorrow morning. We'll see frost. It could be thick. That in your weekend forecast coming up.
All right, Jason, thanks very much. And like we said, many of you wondering what was going on. Not something we deal with all that often. Our Michael Warwick is live on the Eastern Shore right now. And Michael, you talked to some people that were confused by the sound and shaking, right?
Talked to several people. This sonic boom was heard everywhere on the Eastern Shore, from Bay Minette down to Fairhope over to Somerdale. It really has been the talk of the town, and for those that didn't hear it, they tell me, darn, you know, they kind of missed out on what's been a community bonding experience, if you will. We're in Spanish Fort right now, though, off 181. I swung into a business here, Truland Homes. Asked them, hey, did they hear it? And got a resounding response, if you will. Take a listen.
Just felt the building shake really quick, nothing major, but just you actually heard it and you felt it.
I was sitting up here at the reception desk and was all by myself, and the front doors started shaking, and then I heard the loud noise.
At first, I thought it might have been a mini earthquake at first, because I started looking around because everything in the building was shaking.
I had a nice little sunset a moment ago as well, so science has really treated this area, if you will. The question about this sonic boom that I've been receiving all day is what was it? What was it? People wondering if it was an earthquake, if it was in fact a sonic boom. So good that Jason has started to give us some answers on this after looking at the radar and asking people. So a fun day here as folks hear this sonic boom and sort of bond around it, if you will, on the Eastern Shore. Live in Spanish Fort tonight, Michael Warwick, Fox 10 News.